Hello, everybody, and welcome back to MJ Games. I am Michael, and I am joined today by somebody who has not been on the channel in like 6 months. I've got Iron Matty joining me for the tour, and Matty, it has been too long since we've done a spotlight.
It has been so long. How did we let this happen? It was like we used to do spotlights all the time. Dude, I've missed you, man.
I
It's been
know,
it's been way too long.
same.
We've both been off like kind of getting other special guests on, haven't we?
hmm
So yeah, it's lovely to be back. Really is. I've really missed doing spotlights with you. The OG two back together. We just need Tommy. We just need Tommy back again, the original trio, and we're back to our old ways again.
Yes, which, by the way, at some point we need to do like a triple spotlight, or that's
Oh,
not
we
the way to
do.
put it, but all three of us on it. Um, But yeah, so today we're looking at a beautiful park called City View, and it's created by JDP underscore dash 5 stars dash. And this is the third park I believe that he's created, and the links to the others I've spotlighted are below. But there's a really long description, so I'm going to try to summarize it. Essentially says this PS4 amusement park takes up the entire city map, and it's a day-night park. There's over 30,000 pieces, all interiors done. If it has a door, go through it. It has 10 rides. Um, it's got a monorail. It's got 58 shops and stalls, which that's a ton, as well as many games and other attractions I created around the park, and a few Easter eggs. It contains 4 coasters inspired by real layouts. He said I will not call them recreations due to my own twist on them. And he's got a list of the 4 coasters. You got Cottonmouth, which is a GCI coaster, Wasp, which is a Schwarzkopf double looper, Skyline is an Intamin Accelerator, and Test Track is an Intamin Mega-Lite. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the tour. So we are here at the entrance, and we're actually going to look at most of this at night. There might be some times where you go check out stuff at day, but as you can see from the lighting, this definitely looks like it was meant to be a night park. So, Maddie, what are your first kind of thoughts as we're walking into the park with how these sightlines are created?
I'm hungry. Oh, hang on. No, you meant about the park. I'm sorry. Oh, my bad. I'm a huge fan of JDP's work. His last 2 parks, you spotlighted, I spotlighted also as well. We had Era of Enchantment and Evergreen Trails, and they were both amazing parks. And this is a last gen park. And as you were reading that description, I'm like, the amount of stuff that he's got in this for a last gen park, 30,000 pieces, 4 coasters, 50 facilities. That's He's done really well for a last gen park. Obviously, he's used the glitch that you did in your video. Anybody who hasn't checked that out, make sure you do. Go and check out Michael's video on how you do the glitch. Honestly, it's invaluable. But yeah, really impressed so far, and I can't wait to just get into it, to be honest.
Yeah, I totally agree. We're definitely going to go look at the parking lot in more detail in the daytime from an overhead view, but just so we can go ahead and get started on the park, and I will put the link to the description for how to use the glitch in the link to that video. So I thank you for that shout out, Matty. But I love, he said, he said interiors are done. So we got the men's bathroom.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, I'm stuck
Oh,
already. Oh
no.
no, okay,
Oh,
no.
we're okay, we're fine.
Man, look at this.
That's a tight squeeze getting through into this toilet block.
Yeah, and you got the sinks, and you got the hair dryer. I mean, this is really cool because honestly, like, I feel like other than NH99, it's don't really see too many people actually make the bathroom.
You don't. No, you don't, do you? What I like what he's done though is he's only put 1 toilet block in, Luke. So there is only the 1 toilet. So he's not used extra percentage needlessly. And he's just put like kind of facades as the doors there, but only the 1 actual toilet block. And I think it's so easy to, but when you build something like that, is to just get toilet happy and just put 3 or 4 of them next to each other, which also all adds into your percentage count, doesn't it? So very clever there.
Definitely does. Yeah, I was seeing what he used for the urinals there, so that's pretty clever idea. But yeah, that's really well done. So hopefully I don't lost and found. Is there a now they said he goes in every door. We gotta check it out, right?
Oh yeah, of course. Well, I'm here. You have to.
Oh,
Oh wow.
this looks legit. This is what you would see. You'd see a small little waiting area and lost and found. So if you lose something, and you got the crates to kind of hold stuff. Okay.
You speak to Susan there.
Yeah.
Is there anything in the door behind you? Hi, Susan.
I'm
So
guessing.
what's through here?
Yep.
Oh, there's even more.
So this is going to be the work access area. So I guess that's some staff and some other stuff that they keep back there, because then that's how we get to Susan. Uh-oh.
Hi, Susan.
And then we head this way, and same thing on the other side, I'm guessing, for the whatever that guy's name would be. And
Dave.
Dave, there we go. That's a good one. Then out here, so we got the backstage. So that is really incredible.
To put that level of thought into a last gen park, when you're so concerned about your percentage, haha, fail. No one's fault, it's fine. Especially when you're so worried about percentage on a last gen console, the fact that he's still done all the backstages, the interiors, that's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go ahead and head into the park, because we gotta keep this under an hour. So
Good luck.
Yeah, seriously. So it looks like this first one is that rotating tower called Clouds, and I love just this entrance to the ride. I mean, it's just a flat ride, but it's just kind of having these extra scaffolding supports. I feel like just make it kind of look a little more majestic and make it look like they put more time and effort into it.
It looks quite modern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
For
like
sure.
This whole park's got a very very kind of modern feel to it, and there's a lot of blue. So that's what I noticed in my quick look around. Is blue is definitely the main color. So we're going left or right?
Left? Did you even need to ask?
I know. I just didn't know if we're gonna switch it up a little bit. Okay, so
No.
here we go. We got some pictures.
Park pics.
And I love that, like, just the little detail of you've got the scaffolding pieces coming down from the ceiling that kind of help support those TVs. You got the scaffolding pieces at the top kind of helping support the roof. So really incredible detail. I mean, his first two parks are amazing. This one already is just leaps and bounds better too, with the
I
detailing.
love seeing the evolution of a creator, especially when you start kind of like getting into their third, fourth parks when we're spotlighting them, and you can just see the evolution of how they've come on, and they've taken feedback from myself and you and Tommy in the spotlights that we've done previously, and they've taken that on board, and you can really see that. And this, like you said, this is sensational work.
There are so many doors that I'm just like, where'd all these doors go? Oh,
that's Karen.
how was that? That's somebody, yeah.
That was Karen.
Oh man, this is crazy. Yeah, we'll definitely have to take a look at all the backstage stuff afterwards. So it looks like there's another door there. Ooh, look at that sign. Very colorful. City Wheel.
I like that.
That's a beautiful shot right there. Yeah, and I like the building style, because I think when, on his first park, he used a lot of the, I forget the name of that wood, but it's like the wood that's horizontal.
Yeah.
And it was really good, but I felt like he almost used that too much. But now you can see it's kind of taking the same style of his build with how he does trims and stuff, but he's using more different building pieces for it, which is cool to see, and a lot of more detailed, like with the windows and stuff. So really cool.
And the brick texture as well is like really making it feel a lot more modern as well. It's like you said, I can see the same build style from his previous parks, but again, it's just evolved.
Like you got the brick there, and then you've got the panel columns, and then you've got I forget the stone, I forget what that's, cast stone wall behind it. So it's like having those three different types of building materials, I think really makes it look good.
Almost kind of like reminiscent of your build style a little bit, like kind of how you use your beams and pillars and things like that. And that's a compliment to JDP.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a good thing.
I mean, it's better than what I do, so this is crazy. Like, oh, he made a full bar. I mean, we got man, this is awesome. And then like looking at how this building looks, City Brew, and I love how everything's kind of taken on the same kind of mantra and style of it being a park next to the city, right? So everything's kind of got city as part of the idea behind it. Yeah, I mean, there's no way we can go through every door and keep this under an hour.
No chance.
If you have a PS4 or PS5, make sure to download it so you can spend a lot more time kind of going around in this park. And I love the detail on this bridge. Like, it's basic, but it really works. And then he's still able to use the fencing, so he didn't have to create his own custom fencing.
Yeah,
I just think it looks
simple and
really
effective.
good.
I
Ooh.
think I've always thought that JDP was very good at that, even in these past parks. It's just how he can make simple things but make them look so effective.
So we got test track, and I think this is the, yeah, we're gonna jump the line a little bit, because I think this is the Intamin Mega-Lite, which we don't have any of those in the States. They're basically all in Europe. Oh, I love that, having the screen partway through the line.
I love how you can see the coaster as you're queuing for the ride.
Mm-hmm.
Just building that immersion and building that anticipation for the ride.
Yeah, definitely. And then like this one, to me, and I need to ask JDP if I'm correct on this, but the layout looks like a ride called Piraten, which is at Jur Summerland, I believe, and I think that's in Belgium, if I remember correctly. Is this the? So that's what this coaster looks to be inspired by. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. So everything's all green. Look at that, 8.41.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and really good cheese as well.
Mm-hmm.
You don't normally see like excitement that high unless it's one of the ones like Schwarm. I can't remember what they are called.
The
like
wing coaster?
No, not the wing coaster. The one that goes really fast out and then like kind of up over the over a loop. I
The
can't remember
Zenith.
what the. That's the one, the Zenith. That's it. Normally, you only see like kind of stats like that for one of them.
Yeah, agreed. Well, let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster and we'll chat afterwards. So that was Piraten, I mean Test Track. So I hope I'm right on joking around saying that looks like Piraten. But yeah, Matty, what are your thoughts on that coaster?
I think it was absolutely fantastic. You can see now why the stats are so high. I think it was really, really well done. I think there was like maybe just two little elements on the ride that I thought maybe just went in a little bit fast, could have potentially done with a tad bit of smoothing. Just as it came into the station, I think it was there was just a little kink there that I think could have been smooth, and there was one other little bit that maybe just flicked a little bit too there, just where it went there. I think it just flicked just a bit too quickly, and there was one other area of the ride I wouldn't be able to pinpoint where, but other than that, it was absolutely fantastic. Beautiful layout, really nicely themed, and I love the fact that it goes around the water feature and the go-karts. Fantastic, loved it.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I like this station as it's very, very tall. I mean, I guess it's just tall on the edges, but it definitely fits the style of the ride. And having these flags and stuff hanging off the edge. And I do agree with everything you said. I think the layout is really good because these coasters have they got a couple spots where it really kind of whips pretty good. Like these, they don't go upside down. They're known for their quick speeds and kind of snappy elements, but I think the issue is here, and just by looking at it, I could be wrong, but I think he didn't have a straight piece of track before putting in the brakes there at the end, and so what it does is when you auto connect or you try to connect it there at the end, it kind of makes it a little bit janky and basically not proper, if that makes sense. So
yeah,
but there we go, we got a little transfer track, and let's see, so we got a little bit in there. So my only thing here at the transfer track is there's got to be a way for the employees to get up there. So that'd be the next thing, like adding in a little, just a little door or something, little tunnel. But yeah, that coaster was awesome. Oh, I love how there's stairs here if somebody needs to get down. That's a cool little touch.
I love all the lighting around it, and then with all the lights as well with the actual ride, like kind of the yellow, red, green around that. I think that was really well done.
And then we got the photo section here. And Matty and I were talking while riding on the coaster, and I think we're gonna not do flip cam as much here, just because there's so much to see. That I just don't
and we
wanna...
waffle too much.
That too. Yeah, so we got a little gift shop. Got a little... Okay.
I believe, am I right in saying that everything in this park is custom made as well?
Yes.
There's no workshop items, is there?
Yeah, there's no workshop items. So that's cool. You got the little staff building up here, and oh, let's see the rooftops.
Hey, there we go. You can come up now.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. We got...
Oh, they've got a grandstand.
You know what? We're gonna have to go in the grandstand from the walking area. So... Oh, we got another restroom, so let's go in the women's restroom this time. Let's be weird. Yeah, so really good job with that. I mean, the detail's awesome.
There's so much detail everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being honest, like, and this is not anything with JDP, this is more just the game. I just don't like the look of how this looks right there, but it's like there's really no other lights that they give you in the game that give you that type of look and feel,
Almost like a spotlight, isn't it?
Yeah, which, I mean, it's good for a spotlight. I just think, with how the lights look, like it's, it's not like those are types of lights you see, but I love this grandstand right here.
I feel like I'm at a Formula One race.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh dear. Oh no, somebody's crashed. Oh no. Well, we got our money's worth at least.
Yeah,
that's going on YouTube.
That's perfect because I've never seen anybody crash before, so that's really cool. So it looks like we've got some lockers over here, which is nice. So you can rent the lockers for this area. And we're gonna go look at the test track, or not test track. We're gonna go look at the go-karts. Golly, there's so many restaurants. Oh, Winter Circle.
Look at that building. That looks fantastic. The Winner's Circle.
You got the trophies up there.
I love that.
Wow, the detail here is just awesome. And I love all the custom benches. I mean, that's basic, but yet it looks so good. And when I say basic, I don't mean bad. I mean, look at the pieces he used. He used like one art shape there, and then used the movie director chairs, and then used that's in the scaffolding menu under coaster builds. But it's like, that's crazy. And it looks so good.
Fantastic building. Really nicely done.
Yeah, this is really, really good. So, let's actually go look at the go-karts now. And we got a little water ride here.
Water ride. I didn't even know there was a water ride there. Is that it's a log flume?
It's it's actually the water coaster.
Is it a cascade?
Yeah, it's cascade. But there's gonna be something that's really cool on that. So we got gifts. So there's tickets. So here is the test track and very grand station. Instead of taking the full time to ride the go-karts, we're actually going to go around, but I want us to go this way so you can kind of see.
Not backwards! No, we're going the wrong way. Okay. No, it's fine. It's your spotlight. Do whatever you want. You'll just be wrong.
That's true. No, I did like with how it looks when you see the cars coming with the coaster in the background. That's really cool. But look at this, Matty. Here's your area of expertise.
That's a nice water feature. Expertly done.
Yeah, looks really good. I mean, this design of this area is just spectacular. And then you've got the kind of spotlights here.
It's just the whole ambience of this area with the lighting is so subtle. It's not overdone, but at nowhere is it underdone either. It just looks perfect. And then with the coaster right next to you, and then the use of the foliage and the rockwork and the differing elevation changes. It's just, honestly, it's fantastic. Hello, everybody. Hello. Just incredible. So immersive.
Oh, there's another water feature.
Water feature. Do you know what? I'm so happy with the go-karts and the ride. I'm happy to bypass the water feature because of how good it is to the left. It's amazing.
Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, it does kind of come to a quick stop there at the end too, but I love how the lights are triggered on that coaster as well. Looks really, really good. So we got City View Raceway. You know, if I would nitpick, I think you could do like a little trim underneath that. Kind of would be. So there's been times where you kind of see that wall and just using, you know, there's that piece that's the decorative course that's like the brick. It's like the really flat brick piece, which I think looks really good on kind of bordering off walls and stuff. But that's me nitpicking. So
You're so nitpicky.
yeah, let's head out
You got
and
an 83% PlayStation 4 park, and you're like, you still should have done more. You
should
should have done
this.
more.
Yeah. Ooh. So we got a gateway slushy, and then employee cafeteria. So we're gonna pretend like we're an employee. Oh,
Oh, wow.
that's nice.
They treat their staff well here.
Yeah, no kidding.
Look how happy they all look.
Yeah. That's really cool. Look how happy they all look. I don't know why that just registered with me that that's what you said. But yeah, it looks really good. Now we're gonna take a ride on this water ride, and we'll actually just kind of chat throughout it because I want to get your opinion on something here. Because it looks really cool wherever the entrance is. Here it is. And I love all the.
It looks fantastic. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just was gonna say I love all the signs for the rides. Like every sign is pretty majestic, and I could definitely take some inspiration from this for my next park. And the stations are just awesome as well.
The whole park, we've already said this earlier on, but the whole park itself just feels so modern. It feels like real, like modern day, like kind of not futuristic, but like just clean. The whole park is clean. It's got a really nice look to it. Oh, that was good. That was good timing. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I just love how like coherent and clean the whole park looks.
Yep, I agree. I was trying to find the best one. There we go. So we don't have to see that thing in the front. But here's what I love about this is the detail, and then the fact that, you know, in real life you would have some kind of employee watch area. You know, like with log flumes and different stuff like that. So he's added in this little area where an employee is going to sit up here and make sure everything's going correctly.
What a boring job.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And that's something that I honestly didn't recognize before until we actually start going down that drop, was how this kind of crisscrosses a little bit here. And and so you get a kind of a head chopper moment with this right here. So that's really cool.
I just love the whole area. I like how it's all like kind of caged. It almost looks like an old SeaWorld exhibition or something. Like obviously, because I know in America you're no longer allowed to have whales in captivity, are you? It looks like an old aquarium that's then been modified with a coaster around it.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that. So basically, we've looked at most of this area. Did we look at this? Oh yeah, that's the race. Well, that's the grandstand. Yeah, so we basically looked at this right side of the park, and I mean, this is so well done, and I do love the fact that it's kind of like the different sections are sectioned off by water, right? So I think it gives kind of a cool look, and so you can kind of see this bridge that we just went over before. But that bridge looks really good right there.
Yeah.
Looks like a mini bridge of, I forget the name of it, but the one that's in I believe it's going over into Oakland, and from San Francisco to Oakland. So that's really, really cool. So
the Golden Gate Bridge?
No, not that one. There's another one that's lesser known. But yeah, so here I'm guessing is you got some staff stuff back here, which is nice. And okay, so it's just basically a storage area. And so as you can kind of see, got the staff roads going around the park and stuff too, which is nice to see. And He's used some of the terrain to where it looks a little bit more worn down. So there you go. 'Cause I know that's what you like to see too.
Yeah, I just love the lighting in this park. I mean, when we were looking at above then, just the lighting of the park is just it's spot on. And just like his last two parks, Era of Enchantment was a specific nighttime park, and it was just so good.
Yeah, totally agree. And so I believe this is the walkway to the next area of the park. I love this.
Does this go underwater?
Oh my gosh, I did not even realize that.
Oh wow! Oh, we're actually under the water, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Because if you go out here,
Oh, that's fantastic.
wow. So I was thinking for a second, I'm like, how do we get to the next section? This is really cool. And it's like you got these subway trains that have sunk. Oh man, that's really cool.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Such a simple design, but executed really well.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree. And I just noticed this. It's like they had that on the entry as well, and I kind of see that almost as, even though there's not a shark, it's almost like that's kind of signifying like, hey, we're underwater now, in a way.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
I think I said this back in Evergreen Trails, which, I mean, that must have been April, May I spotlighted that. It must have been. And I said back then, somebody buy this man a PS5. And that statement still stands.
Yeah.
The stuff that he can do on a last-gen console is insane. Imagine what he's going to do when he gets a PS5.
Yeah, totally agree. This is incredible. And then we got some Midway games over here, which, man, this dude is like, look, props to him, because I used a couple blueprints in my current park just because I'm like, hey, somebody's made them already and it looks great. I'm not gonna, like,
Yeah.
I mean, why try to recreate it if, you know what I'm saying, in that sense. But this is like a new take on the basketball game and using different pieces and stuff like that. So that is really, really cool.
Yeah, I really like that. He's even made a Midway game look modern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everything in this park is modern. Oops, hold on, didn't mean to do that.
Oh no.
I was trying to set the keyboard to the side and accidentally hit something on the controller. So we got a little stage area. That's awesome. And how about this view if you're on the stage?
I'd kind of like, it's just what I was thinking, to be honest, Michael. It's like wherever we are in the park, I find my eyes being drawn off to like multiple different attractions. And I know what you're like with your coasters. I'm not generally like that, but my eyes are being drawn to coasters,
Yeah.
which is unusual. I'm not normally like that, but I think because of the way that he's got them lit, they are just so like pleasing to the eye, and it makes me excited to get over to that coaster and, oh, what is it, let's go over and have a look at it. And I'm not normally like that with parks and coasters.
I know, I'm usually the one that will accidentally miss something in a park because I'm so focused on a coaster. Even if that thing I miss is literally right in front of my face, I just look beyond it. Yeah, like I think it was like Harry's Park or something, or Tall Guy Gaming's I was looking at, and I totally missed his beer garden, and I literally walked right past it, but I was so focused on the coaster. So it's like,
Easily
yep,
done.
that's me. So
We wouldn't have you any other way.
yes, hopefully. So no, this is awesome though. So this is Skyline, and it's a launch coaster, but here's what I love about it, which there's the monorail station. I mean, maybe a little bit too many lights there, like maybe it saturated a little bit too much, but it's fine once you're in here. It's just from far it looks a little bit bright, maybe. But yeah, no, this coaster, like, look at this, how you got the signs for Skyline with the arrows right there.
That's a film as well, isn't it? Skyline, almost like it's almost like Independence Day, but not as good, nowhere near as good. And it almost looks like that because the Skyline film was all blue. It had kind of like this kind of color, and it was like kind of like kind of when films like kind of have a tint on them. And
Right.
the whole film had kind of like this blue tint, and the poster for it was blue, and the DVD cover is blue, and it really does look just like it. So I wonder if that's why it's called Skyline. I wonder if it's based from the film, just a little nod to it, maybe.
Yep, very true. Yeah, this looks awesome. So now if we look at the stats, ooh, I love the waiting thing right here, waiting for the trains. That is really cool. So if we look at the stats, I'm expecting everything to be all green, of course. So everything's all green right there. Launches you 217 feet, launches you 85 miles per hour. So it kind of gives me stealth vibes, which is what it's meant to look like with how the supports are and stuff. But yeah, we'll talk to you after the coaster. Yeah, but that was, I mean, really amazing ride. And then you look here, you got this whole area down here is technically could be maintenance. You got with this building, there's even a backstage here. There's a way to the rooftop, which is nice to see. So everything is just so detailed. And once again, you got restrooms. So we're not going to creep in the women's restroom this time. So,
Not again.
yeah, one time's enough. That sounded
We'll
so
get
weird
thrown
saying
out.
that. Oh man.
I love this bridge. I really like that bridge as well.
Yeah, and it's so basic because it's just using a couple pieces. Like it's literally just using that whole thing's a piece, right? So it's these molding pieces that he just used, and yeah, I mean that's really not much else to say other than that's awesome.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah. So now we've got the photos over here, which we didn't go down the exit. Let me just make sure I didn't miss anything. So I know sometimes I maybe don't go down an exit and there actually is something on the exit. But okay, not really.
It's always the one time you don't check something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whenever you don't check something, you can guarantee there's something there.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, this station cafe, look at that.
Look at the subway car. That's amazing.
And the windows on the subway car look to be colored a kind of pink or purple, kind of just like the rest of the building. This is just awesome. And is this what's over here? Like a, I don't know what that is.
It looks like a cake selection or something.
Okay. I still just love that you can go into every, there's a door into everything, and so I think that's just awesome. Then you got the backstage back here, which is, you know me, I love my backstage areas. So this is nice.
He's done his own custom forklift as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Because a lot of other people will just always use either Brivade's or Insomniac's or Tall Guy Gaming's forklifts, but he's actually done his own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Skyline Gifts. Yeah, I do think it's cool, real quick, though, with talking about forklifts, where Tall Guy Gaming's made his own, like, fleet. Like, different types. I think that is pretty cool. I don't have the patience to do that, so...
I love the mannequins in the window. Like when you like turn around. Like kind of if you're looking in the shop windows, they look like mannequins.
I didn't even notice that, but that is awesome. That is so cool. And then actually having that little pole that it's sitting on makes sense there, right?
Yeah.
So that's awesome. So then we got Skyscraper right there, which is awesome to see. Very good lighting. We got a, what does it say? A smoking area. Okay. And then we got another...
I apologise if I'm yawning in the video, by the way. For Michael at the moment, it's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. For me, it's 10 o'clock at night. So, I apologise if I'm yawning.
You're good, man. But I love this bridge. That, like, once again, so basic in terms of the pieces actually being used, but it looks so good.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah. And then we got a little... why am I blanking
Is it
on
like
this?
a dam?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, why am I forgetting the name of this? But that's really, really cool just to kind of add that extra. I think that's probably put there to more kind of block the edge of the map.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's a cool kind of way to use that. So now we got
Look at that
Wasp.
sign.
Gosh, that's so cool. It looks like a Pokemon or something, which is awesome.
It does.
Gosh, that's cool. And then you got the part of the stinger pointing out, like, dude, that's the best. Honestly, that's one of the best signs I've seen in the game. Like,
I really like that. And
oh, that's
again,
so cool.
it's really simple though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. That I don't think there's anything in the park that has been massively intricate, has there?
Yeah. Well, and
Everything's been done really simple.
and that's not to take away from anything he's done. Like, I mean, everything's amazing. And so a
Yeah.
lot of times when you're able to do stuff in a simple context, it allows him to build more because he's not spending 800 pieces on this one area, right? Or this
Yeah.
one little thing. So now this is, as you can kind of see the layout a little bit, this is a Schwarzkopf looper. So it's kind of an old school one. I don't know if this is necessarily one you would see at fairs because this does look pretty big for it being a Schwarzkopf looper, but definitely an older style coaster. So we take a look at these stats. Once again, everything all green. Expect nothing less. I mean, vertical G-force is a little bit higher, but let's be realistic. Like, it's not like this game is perfect at G-forces. So, but yeah, so let's go ahead and take a ride on the coaster. So that was Wasp. And what are your thoughts, Matty?
I really liked it. It was small, compact, quaint, really nice, kept up a nice little momentum, felt quite smooth. Not quite sure why the G-forces were high. Maybe just went into that first loop potentially a little bit too quick, maybe. But I mean, I enjoyed it. I don't think the G-forces really matter. I liked the layout.
I think it's probably
the
right
theming
here.
that's going on around it. Ah, yeah, maybe actually. Yeah, probably. But I enjoyed it. I think it was really good.
Yeah, I agree. I think the layout's great. I've never been on one of these older ones like this, but from what I remember just from seeing photos and stuff, it does look really iconic in terms of definitely kind of captures that vibe. So my guess is probably that's where the higher vertical G's are at, in between those two loops. But I love too the little idea of just having a very basic transfer track right here. Like, there's the transfer track. So then you got this part here, which technically you could use for some stuff for the coasters and stuff like that. But yeah, that's just awesome. I mean, now we can kind of see the detail on all the roofs. Like, this is insane.
We've said it so many times in this video, but I still can't wrap my head around the fact that this is a last gen park.
Yeah. Really cool. Now
I think it's the biggest last gen park I've ever seen.
Yeah,
the most detailed one.
Definitely is. I'm just turning it today for just a little bit to kind of take a look at a little bit of it during the daytime. But we got, oh, that's a carousel. I didn't know what that was, but oh, that's cool. How it's all kind of blocked off, and you got the roof right there, the Continental Carousel. That's really good. So detailed.
Yeah.
We got another gift shop in here.
You're not wanting for shops in this park, are you? For food, drink, shops, clothes shops. There's so much here.
But you know what's great about it is, like, I feel like with the limit on the game and just with how long it takes to build stuff, like, if it's hard to make truly realistic theme parks in the sense of the amount of rides, the amount of coasters, the amount of shops and buildings, because if you go to a theme park, literally everything cement, right? Like,
Yeah.
there's buildings, there's essentially like 5 buildings for every single ride that you see. I mean, there's 3 or 4 flat, like there might be, if you have 20 coasters, which I know that's a large park, but like Six Flags Magic Mountain has 20 coasters, they've got over 100 flat rides, you know?
Wow.
So it's like, or there's like 100 rides combined if you think about the coasters, water rides, flat rides. So it's kind of, it's insane when you really think about that aspect of it. But once again, we have some midway games, which is really cool. And I think the fun zone. What's the fun zone? Oh, that's the arcade. Oh, he did say to check out the arcade at night. Let's see if I can try to. There we go. So head into the arcade and ooh. This is really cool.
This is cool. Jinx.
Yeah. Oh, I like this one.
Spin the wheel. Some different ones here. Like kind of ones that you don't normally stereotypically see.
Yeah. I don't know what that one would be, but
that looks like one of the change things. So when you put like I guess in America it'd be a quarter. Where you put a quarter in the like and then it pushes it. And then like kind of it pushes them all out maybe.
Okay. Looks like we got some air hockey there. This is awesome. I mean the lights and everything, and so golly, there's still like so much that I'm like, have we checked out everything? Kind of make sure and see where I'm at.
This park has so much to offer.
So it says wagons. Oh, so this is where you'd rent like your stroller or wagon for the day, I guess.
We don't have wagons in the UK.
I don't. Okay.
You don't rent. You don't rent them at all. You can like have pushchair rental or stroller rental, but we don't have wagons.
I noticed you said stroller with like some frustration for having to say stroller.
I actually air quoted it, even though you couldn't see me doing it. I actually did air quote with my fingers.
Dude, you've actually got me saying pushchair, so
I know.
Mean, it's just,
I educated you properly.
It's just better, man. It just sounds more elegant. So it makes sense. It's a chair that you push. Like
exactly.
That absolutely makes sense. But yeah, so enough of this spot over here. And I like the few placements where you do have some trees in the park. It's done really well to where it kind of goes over the path a little bit. Because that's one thing too that I've kind of noticed recently when I've been looking at Google Maps and stuff is like there's some parts when you're looking from the aerial view that you can't even see the path because trees are covering it. But when you're down at peep view, it's like these really large trees that just kind of hang over the path. And you don't. I think sometimes we don't necessarily notice how many trees there actually are inside a park. You know.
Yeah. I think certainly in his last two parks, foliage was one of the things that really jumped out at me, along with the lighting, was his foliage. And I think he's dialed the foliage back a little bit. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think he's dialed it back, but in a more realistic way. Like, of the 3 parks that he's done, this one feels the most legitimate. It feels the most authentic to what a real theme park would be, whereas the last 2 have felt a little bit more fantastical, and the foliage is like represented that, whereas he's dialed this one back and it feels more true to life, how you would envision a real park.
I love it. I love the string lights right there. We got another Just a Mementos. We got another gift shop in here, looks like, and then we have the on-ride photos, but we have Cottonmouth. So once again, it's using 2, 3, 4, 5 in-game pieces to create this sign, but it has a good effect to it. So now, and I feel like Cottonmouth is a good name because you've got a fair amount of coasters with other names like Viper or Diamondback or other snake names, but I don't think Cottonmouth is one. I mean, you got Copperhead Strike, but that's not really one I've heard, so I think that's really, it fits for this style of coaster as well.
I just hear Cottonmouth and I think of Luke Cage and the villain from that is called Cottonmouth.
Okay. So if we take a look at these stats, once again, everything green, no surprises there. G-forces, this is the best we've seen, so G-forces look great, and we'll talk to you after the coaster. I don't know about you, Matty, but to me, that was my favorite coaster.
You've gotten really quiet.
Oh, I've gotten really quiet?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, that's better. There you go,
okay.
that's better again. It sounded like you'd moved away from the mic.
Yeah, I think I accidentally moved the mic away from my mouth for some reason. But, or further, yeah, whatever. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Alright, I don't know about you, Matty, but I think that's my favorite coaster in the park. What do you think?
Yeah, I think I would actually agree with you on that one. I think we saved the best till last. I think that was really, really good. Lovely little layout. It had like a bit of an out and back feel to it, but at the same time it didn't. I like how compact it was. Felt really smooth. I love how it just comes around the back, around there, like kind of down the road system, and then you've got the water. Just the lighting around it. It's just... I love how you're kind of like going from that kind of maybe the little dark area then up into the light area. It was just fantastic. It was so well done.
Yeah, I agree. I like how so much of the path kind of goes side by side. It reminds me of the wooden coaster on his Era of Enchantment Park, which wasn't as big of a coaster, but kind of was definitely out and back and shared some similarities there. It's funny that you said a little out and back coaster, because this is not a little drop. That is,
no, it's not.
That would be an insane and intense drop, and that would be awesome, and I'm here for it. Yeah, so let's go ahead.
I love the fact as well, there was just one last thing on that coaster as well. Where you were just hovering, you've got the track that actually goes next to each other. Right where you're looking right now, it goes past 3 times. Like kind of all like kind of in that one little section. And yeah, you don't generally see like kind of it be that confined, but for it to work, like kind of just going underneath. Yeah, I'm just going back to the same ride again. Yeah, really good. I liked it.
Yeah, I need to ask JDP which coaster he got his main inspiration for this one from. So I'll need to make sure and ask him that. But yeah, so let's kind of do an overview at night, and then at daytime, as we still need to look at this parking lot and backstage. But as you can see, definitely used the entire map, but really utilized water to his benefit, like as a benefit, right? For all these wasted spaces, and when I say wasted, I mean spaces where you just have to put trees. By creating this water, it makes the park look more full too. Dude, I can't believe he did all this on PS4. This is insane.
No, it's nuts. Absolutely nuts. If this was 100% PS5, I'd believe you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's like you could make the argument that, I mean, the coasters aren't using a ton of percentage, I wouldn't think, especially with those 2 coasters back there. And then you got the water ride, which doesn't take up much, but still, I mean, the amount of pieces with the amount of buildings, and I mean, this just looks really cool.
It looks like 90% of the park, if not even more than that, is all done on a grid as well, the pathing.
Yep.
The vast majority, and that will make a huge difference. And really, there's not too much pathing in the park. There's no real dead path, is there?
Yeah.
Every bit of pathing takes you somewhere. There's no path that's there for no reason. It's all got a purpose, and it's all leading you to a specific area.
Yeah, so you can see like there where he just used the tarmac to kind of cover it up. And so, you know, I've started using that kind of one that's called the gravel, but it's kind of got the more tan look to it. But this is definitely a great way to be able to hide some of those pathing deficiencies, in the sense that if there's not a path somewhere, since you're using the main asphalt path, you just use the tarmac asphalt and cover it up, and it looks the exact same. So like you can see down there, you know, kind of the areas where that might not, where it normally isn't path, but it looks like it's path. Yeah, then we got the monorail stations, which are awesome. I mean, just so detailed. I think my favorite building was probably the City Brew. Looking back in here, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if I could pick out a favourite, if I'm honest, a favourite building, because I think they all offered something so different and unique. I think they were all done to such a high calibre. I like them all. They're all like really different, really unique. I just think they're fantastic, and to see the level of interior builds is just done so much. It's not only for PS4 but on console full stop. I think is just really commendable. I think it's brilliant, and I've got to say this is its best park yet.
Oh yeah, it's not even.
Not even close, is it?
Uh-uh.
Not even close.
Yeah, and his other parks were great too.
They were. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, so this is this is just awesome. So let's take a look at the parking lot. There's a good size, and you can see the arrows kind of where you could cross and different stuff. And this is actually where you enter the park. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh, well, no one's entering now, are they?
Let's hope for no casualties.
Oh no. I mean, just as they got to the park as well.
Yeah, just that person's not having a good day.
Yeah, he's being interviewed. Maybe he was. Yeah, okay. I shouldn't say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, carry on.
That is fun. I didn't even notice this. It's like they're interrogating the person. Yeah. Then you got the exit. Yeah, so, I mean, it's a good parking lot. It's it's definitely functional for in game, and I think I'll be interested to see what he does next time. I'm sure he's probably like me, where it's like next time it's like, all right, I gotta make my parking lot even more realistic, right? Because you gotta do something different.
Yeah.
But then I love this, where this would be like the the employee area, so you can see all the backstage stuff here, and you got that employee truck right there, and then same thing going this way. So this is a maintenance building. Yep. You got little computers. Gosh, imagine working in this place all day. Woo.
Yeah, that'd be a bit depressing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but no, this is absolutely awesome. And then we come over this way. What's this? Oh, this is the HR building. Okay.
Wow.
So we gotta go.
He's even put disabled parking all over the place as well.
Yeah.
So there was disabled parking on the main car park, and then also there as well. And he's got the whole HR in here. This is crazy.
Mm. That's awesome.
Wow.
They're just missing a bathroom. You gotta give your employees a bathroom. But no, this is just amazing. So Matty, what are any final thoughts of anything we haven't talked about yet?
My final thoughts are, Michael, 3-word park review.
Oh man, I was just about to do that. I was just about to say Matty.
Got you first.
Simplistic but effective.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
I would say, now I don't know if this is going to consider cheating or not, but I made up the game, so I'll do whatever I want. It's my rules. I'm going to say biggest PS4 park.
Mm-hmm. So why would that be cheating?
Ever seen it. I don't know if people would say that PS4 doesn't count as a word.
Oh, that's one word. We'll count it.
But it's my game, so I'll do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I can't believe what he's done. My actual proper final thoughts are, this is incredible. I think this is a benchmark for last gen players. I know a lot of last gen players could still sometimes say, like, kind of, I don't feel that I'm able to do exactly what I want to do. And I think between this, and then we also had Savory Downs not long ago by Poops It Out, and I think, like, kind of, when you look at parks like that, you can see what can be done. Even with the limitations of an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4, you can still create these absolute masterpieces. So it's just like what you said, simplistic, simple, effective, knowing your piece count, knowing how to do your pathing, not wasting percentage needlessly. And he is just a master of it. Absolute master. Somebody buy the man a PS5. Please
Yeah, no
buy
kidding.
him a PS5.
So I just put the HUD back on the screen because I wanted everybody to see. This is at 83% on a PS5. So just to give you a frame of reference, if you have a PS5 and you reach the PS4 limit, you're at 66%. So that doesn't mean that, oh, well, he's at 17% over, so he's at 117% on the PS4. No, what that actually means is you got to look at how much that 17% is in relation to the previous 66%. So basically, he's essentially at almost 130% on the PS4.
Yeah.
Because if you do a PS5 to 100%, the PS5 is at 1.5 times the amount of the PS4. And then if you're able to do the PS5 limit, it's about 180% or 190% on the PS4. But yeah, it's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, and so
And
I
given
mean,
the fact that he knows how to use the glitch already and he's so effective with it,
mhm.
imagine what he's going to do. Because obviously, what you do with your parks, and like anybody that ever saw the God of War by Anthony Duhigg,
Yep.
I mean, Anthony Duhigg's was 135%.
Yeah, that's insane.
Imagine if JDP did a PS5 135%.
Yeah, it would just be amazing. But yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys so much for watching. There are some links in the description below if you want to check out some more content. And Matty's channel is down there below. If you don't already know who Matty is, I don't know what you're doing with your life. You
Who's
should
Matty?
check your priorities. Some
Please
wank.
get me to 2K subs. I'm
Yeah.
so close.
Um, well, hopefully by the time this comes out, you'd be at 2K subs. So, but yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your day. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.